There we go. All right. It's a little shaky today. All right, there we go. So y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. This shit is always bouncing. Bouncy ass truck. Good morning. Good morning. Another day to talk. Another day. I ain't doing shit. Driving as usual. So what better thing to do while I'm driving? This. Listen, y'all. Do not try this at home. I'm a professional driver. Okay. You know, I could have been a race car driver. Could have been, whatever, monster truck, whatever. IndyCar, NASCAR, all that. Um, yeah, but good morning. This shit is shaking like a motherfucker. Another day, another day. Talk some shit, man. Talk, waste some time. What better thing to do than combine the two? Get y'all some content. Trying to be persistent with this shit. Trying to keep giving y'all content, man. Trying to, keep the channel going. You know, First of all, shout out to everybody, man. I hope y'all having a good week. Hump day. Uh, the middle of the week, man. We got two more, knock this day out, 2 more days to the weekend. Um, 3 or 4 more days to the game. And yeah, so shout out to everybody. Hope y'all having a good week so far. Shout out to the wife, the kids. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the Outlaw. Shout out to Big Nate. Shout out to Cali Packer. Shout out to KH. And the rest of y'all fans, Packer fans, and shout out to the new subscribers. Shout out to the usual subscribers. But yeah, man. So just thinking about it, man. Just kind of brainstorming and kind of like figuring out like what the hell can I talk about? You know what I mean? What can I? She's talking shit to me. When you go like you can't go 1 mile an hour over. You go 1 mile an hour over, should say something. You gotta be like on the exact speed limit, fucking thing. But yeah, man. So kind of like brainstorming, trying to figure out like what the fuck to talk about. Can't keep bashing everything. Can't keep. I mean, if it need bashing, this shit is like shaking, ridiculously shaking right now. No steadiness. Wait, just let go, just shaking. And that's this damn mount I got it on. Kind of just shakes and shakes. Let me see. So shakes really bad. So I apologize, y'all. Try to. That's a little better. That's a little better. Um. So it's like you can't keep bashing them for the last week's game. I'm over that shit. I mean, it's gonna always play a part in everything, but you kind of look at everything and you put shit in perspective, and you say, Packer said, "Oh man, we 1 or 2 players away." I don't think so. Um, that became way more clear last week um, against the Browns. That made more sense while we do need players, while we should just be complacent with what we have, while we need to still add talent to this team. People say, "Oh well, y'all signed Parsons, man. Y'all ain't got enough, man. Like, what else y'all need? Like, we need more. You know what I'm saying? This ain't enough. It ain't enough. Um, if you start looking around the league, you start looking at teams. You start looking at teams that pretty much suck. You start looking at teams that might need draft capital. You start looking at teams that might not mind a trade. And you just start looking at one side of the ball. So let's look at one side of the ball, which is the side that is just stagnant at times. The side that just doesn't resonate, and that's the offensive side of football. So if you look at the offensive side of football, Christian Watson out, Jaden Reed out, Watson timetable might be after the bye week, which I think is week 5. We could possibly see him return against the Bengals. If not, I could see the Panthers game as a game he could possibly return. I'm saying by at least by week 6. I'm thinking he should be able to return from his injury. Jaden Reed, I don't see him possibly returning to possibly that Bears game, that first Bears game, the second, maybe the Baltimore game. It's gonna be a little while for his rehab, but hopefully he could come back. Even at 90%. You seen what he was doing with a fractured foot the first 2 games. So he knocked out 2 birds, one stone. He got the foot out the way, and unfortunately, he added the collarbone situation. So, he that kind of gets 2 birds with one stone. Which that foot required surgery, but he was gonna tough it out and still play. So you look at the other people we got. Matthew Golden, first round pick. I think will eventually be that. I think it's just a learning curve for him. I think he's starting to, get it a little more counted on this game with Jaden Reed be out. But once that switch flips with him, he's gonna be a definite uh home run hitter for us. Then you look at Romeo Dobbs. Romeo Dobbs is getting doubled, tripled out there, just because right now um, people know that that's pretty much Jordan's number one right there. You know, so Dobbs has been playing well. You know, not as many targets as I expected them to have. To me, it seems like Wicks is getting more targets than Dobbs right now. Um, and Wicks has been decent. Hasn't I haven't seen any drops from him lately. I haven't seen any yet. So you see Wicks, playing a bigger part. Heath, I like Heath. I just it's just it's just a bunch of good players. There's not a bunch of great players out there. And again, Matthew's gonna take time. He's not gonna be an immediate. Now, one player that is looking that way is Emeka Buka for Tampa Bay. He's looking like he might possibly be the number one wide receiver from this year's draft class. He's just fucking balling out with Tampa Bay right now. But again, I think Matthew's just gonna need to start learning that everyone at this level is great. You're not playing against college wide receivers and shit. This is a whole different speed. This is a whole different league. Mind you, he has been going against better secondaries the first 3 weeks. These are way better secondaries. Cleveland, great secondary. The Lions, great secondary. Um, um, Washington, good secondary. You know what I mean? They're not no bad secondary. And also, it just come down to the play calling. You know, I don't know what the fuck Lafleur is doing with. I mean, he's had some chances, and Love just has overshot him and shit. Like, dude, what the fuck is you doing? But again, if you look around the league at teams that aren't playing really really well right now, um, teams that ultimately will possibly have a high draft pick next year. You got a bunch of players out there that could be on the trade block, could be available. Now, I've seen reports of people saying that the Packers should just go out and try to get Tyreek. Right now Tyreek dealing with some situation with his ex-wife, and I don't know if the Packers want that type of drama. Seeing something about Kansas City possibly looking into him, but I don't I don't think what it might cost to get Tyreek. I think it'll be more of a headache than a help. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I don't think Tyreek Hill could be anyone that the Packers could pursue at wide receiver, because the wide receiver crew, say what y'all want to say, they need help. Love needs more help, bro. He. I mean, these guys, the separation isn't just there. Especially if a team plays man to man. And when you man to man up these guys, man, it's just no type of like just separation. Now, I'm gonna attribute some of that shit to Jordan Love too. Jordan Love his ball placement on some throws, his overthrowing, his underthrowing, his when he need to be throwing things on the outside shoulder a little bit sometimes. He's throwing the inside, players having to come back and get footballs. So it's on him too, and it shouldn't always be a motherfucker gotta be wide fucking open for you to get the ball to them and make a play, So it's definitely on him too, Um so I mean if you stay in Miami, you got Waddle. Waddle could be a person that the Packers could get for a fifth rounder. I don't know how much you know Miami is like really willing to hold on to those two players. I could see them really shifting away from like, hey, you know what? We need to reboot, and it's hard to reboot when you pay Tua fucking $200 and some million. So you need some type of talent around him. You need something, you know. So that's why I felt in the off season the Packers not going after a T Higgins. Um, with a when I felt like try to at least get him, because that type of player, if Micah can elevate a defense, just think about what a great wide receiver, because you can't just expect Matthew Golden to come in and be that number one, right away. It's still, I mean, even though uh, rookie wide receivers have been having success in this league, a lot of success. You look at last year, you had was it Brian Thomas Jr. for Jacksonville? You had Malik Neighbors. You had Keon Coleman in Buffalo. Neighbors in New York. Like, I think all these guys had 1,000-yard seasons. So the expectation for your rookies to come in and make a difference is 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 tremendous. I mean, you go back to like when Justin Jefferson. I mean, he's like one of the ones that started it to me, where these rookies nowadays are coming in and they're just immediate 1,000-yard receivers. I remember, was it Cook? Cook used to do it. He was like his first 5 seasons was like 1,000 yard when he played for Tennessee. I mean, not Tennessee, Houston. He came in, goddamn it, was an immediate 1,000-yard receiver. And then you had players like Ayuk. You had Jerry Judy. Um, you had these players, Mike Evans. These guys came in and immediately were 1,000-yard wide receivers. Uh, Wilson, shit like that. Um, but I just feel like the Packers still are missing some pieces, man. I mean, you invested heavily on the offensive line. You brought in Banks. The motherfucker ain't even taking a snap yet, I don't think. You know, so that's like $48 million down the drain. You had money to fortify this wide receiver crew, and trying to get the most out of rookies and second year players that just aren't taking that next step. You can't keep waiting for players to take that next step. And that's why I'm wondering why I'm like, why the fuck isn't McCole Hardman getting a chance at least? How bad can he be compared to the rest of these motherfuckers? Because Heath and Wicks and Dobbs and shit, they're good, but they're not gonna be like the motherfuckers that just set the world on fire. They're not gonna. I don't think they ever reach that Devontae Adams level. After his third season, he was like, he was the man. Jordy, the man. Jennings, the man. Like James Jones. These guys. Randall Cobb. These guys took that next step and became great. And you just don't see it from these guys. It's either injury, they're injury prone, a la Watson. I mean, I think Watson should have been our number one wide receiver, man. The man is just frail as fuck, bro. He is fucking toothpick, man. He running around on toothpicks, man. I just don't get it. Dobbs just won't take that next step. Wiggs, everybody talks about his footwork and it's compared to Devontae Adams and his separation. I'm like, dude, I don't see it. Like, I mean, other than it'd be a couple plays he might get open. You know what I mean? But it's just like, uh, he doing too many fucking checkdowns and shit. But again, that's also the play caller. You need put on the inside, put Wicks at the spot. Like you got to mix it up sometimes. And I see that they try, but he doesn't play matchups. He don't look at great. I mean, it just seems like Jordan Love sits back. He's in cruise control. He's in cruise control. He just goes with what works. You know, and Rogers used to push back on that. Even though I feel like I don't want to say he had a less talented crew, but this motherfucker made it to the playoff with Jeff Janis and them shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like the Packers just are gonna sit back there and just who I drafted. Sometimes you just gotta, sometimes you just gotta let go, or sometimes you just gotta, accept that. Hey, he think that good, man. We gotta find somebody out here in free agency. And I just feel like if you add some people, that opens things up. Look at the way Micah open things up for Gary. He opened things up for Van Ness. He opened things up for Wyatt. He's opening things up for Cooper. He's gonna help Cooper become that all pro. He's gonna help Quay not have to do so much and be all over the field like that. He's gonna help Gary getting them double digit sacks. So adding impact players uh helps, man. You got Jacobs back there, you know what I mean? The offensive line, they'll get healthy, they'll figure it out. Green Bay always does. They got stud offensive linemen, that they'll figure that out, eventually. They better because once you get down to the playoffs, you need to make sure that uh you do that. So um, the Packers are good though, man. Like, you know, those teams that reach adversity are definitely going to be the teams at the end of the season. Don't be surprised if people writing off Baltimore. Don't write them off yet. See, motherfuckers y'all want to push narratives in to be 3 games down and shit. Like, motherfuckers, it's been 3 games. Like this goofy right here, it's 3 games. You calling people frauds. You listen. There's been teams that started 10-1 that have lost. There's teams that's been 10-7, 9-6, 11-4, 11-6 have made the divisional. Like, you know, uh, so to call team frauds or put teams off or blow teams off, like, that's dumb. Injuries happen in this league. A lot of things happen. Trades happen. So a team that is at the top right now, a catastrophic injury to their quarterback, to a defensive lineman, like the 49ers losing Nick Bosa. I think that's going to be very tough for them to have to deal with. Very tough, man. You already got you Purdy out. Christian McCaffrey, he's like barely on the field. Like, teams are one injury away from being irrelevant. So, you know, people sit up here and they think that they know football, man. Like, y'all don't know shit about no fucking football, bro. You know, y'all go with what's hot and what's not. You know what I mean? Like, teams are very beatable now. I don't give a fuck who it is. Kansas City getting beat. Buffalo, they're a team that can get beat. They're just not. They score more points than when you gotta score more points than teams. That's a dangerous combo, bro. We've seen that. We've seen a team that was one of the best offenses in the history of NFL get beat. It's over with. It's about who get hot. It ain't about the flavor of the month. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you ain't even if I can't speak on the Bears, I can't speak on the Lions, I can't speak on Minnesota. You know what I mean? Half you motherfuckers can't speak on other teams. Y'all can criticize them, but you can't speak on them. You can't speak on them. Like I said, you just better pray and hope that your team. Look at what happened with Detroit last year. 17 motherfuckers on IR. still winning games when it matters most, you know. But Green Bay is one or two offensive players hitting that switch, Matt LaFleur hitting that switch from dominating the league, man. They allowed 4 touchdowns in 3 games. 4 touchdowns in 3 games. Third rate defense. Will stay in the top. I think they're gonna stay in the top 3 the whole season. Who do they play? You know, you got Dallas. Trash. Fucking defense suck ass. It's gonna be tough. When your defense is on the field having the game, then you gotta go up against our defense. You gotta go against our defense. That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, man. Tough on your offense. And definitely on your defense. You got Arizona. Ain't nobody worry about Arizona. You know. Like I said, this shit was the best. That last week was the best thing to happen because, like I said, you got to get run down to earth. And when you get run down to earth and you get humbled, and I ain't talking about ass fans because half of the fans want sent up. We want like you a goofy ass fan if you just think by week 3 your team gonna win the Super Bowl. Like that's just nonsense. Like I said, a lot of shit happens in this league. A lot of shit happens. Injuries happen. They're inevitable. You're gonna deal with them. You know, most teams do not come throughout the season unscathed or something happen. So, you know, you don't laugh now because if you laugh now, you're gonna be crying later. So that's why you humble yourself. You get through the season. This shit is long. This mother from week 4, same motherfucking week 10. This ain't week 12. It ain't even December yet. Now when it come down to those times, then you gonna know. But by the middle, I say by Thanksgiving, you gonna really know. Like okay, boom. These teams is 8-2, 9-1, 10-0 maybe. If somebody gets that far, 7-3. You know what I mean? Once you get to about the 10th game, then you gonna kind of know. Okay, these playoff teams. You know, this who fighting for number 1 seeds, shit like that. Not week 3. Not week 3. And like I said, we ain't even 100% healthy right now. We get 100% healthy, now it's a different story. Now it's a different story. But understand one thing: anybody facing the so-called frauds, you're gonna have to deal with a top 5 defense. Ain't too many motherfucker offenses better than Detroit. They just showed that. They just showed they got a better offense than Baltimore. Anybody sit there and say, "Well, our team, we got a better offense than Baltimore," use a goddamn lie. Only person I can say that right now. I'm gonna say Buffalo has a somewhat to me better offense. I think they just got a better. No, I can't say that. But you think they 2 fumbles away from being 3-0? 2 fumbles, bro. 2 fumbles away from being 3-0, and that's why I'm telling y'all. That's how minute winning is in this league. Look at the Eagles. They won by a fucking blocked field goal. You know what the chances of that happening is? That's pure luck. So to come out of the game with a win off a blocked field goal, that's some lucky shit. But that's how quick you can be 2-1, or you can be 3-0. That's how minute football is. This is a game of inches, man. This ain't basketball, bro. So if wins in this league, you know they hard to come by. They're not just given. You know, sometimes fluky shit happen, and you can get a win. You could lose on a fumble. You could lose on an interception. An interception can change a game. We just seen that. You could be dominating the whole fucking game and a motherfucking interception happens. You could be hanging around with a team, lead on the lead with a team to the win the game and fucking lose on a goddamn field goal. So, you know, don't count your chickens before they hatch because you're gonna be super disappointed. You know, and I haven't been as critical as I wanted to. I haven't been yelling and screaming like I want to, like I used to, because I want to sit back with expectations not low. You know what I'm saying? Not low, but I want them to go out there and prove it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Bringing Micah. Yeah, it was shocking bringing Micah in. Yeah, but I wanted to see what it does to the defense. And no one in this league can deny his impact. See, this the problem with people. It's always comparison. Well, he ain't better than Miles Garrett. He ain't better than T.J. Watt. He don't have to be better than them. As long as he makes the people around him better. That's what good players do. Why the fuck? See, individual stats that get you nowhere. Who was the defensive player of the year 3 years ago? I don't know. I don't care. Who cares? Who knows? Who knows? Without googling it, you just can't come off the head and say, "Well, I 3 years ago, I don't know who's the Super Bowl champion 3 years ago." So that's what I'm saying. Like individual accolades do not really matter in football. They're good to have. It's good to be. I'd rather be a Super Bowl champion than 20 MVPs. I'd rather have that one ring and say, "Oh, I'm an MVP." That's the bullshit used to be spewing out of Rogers' mouth. Motherfucker, you gonna try to leverage. He gonna say that shit. I remember he said that shit when he was going through that whole little Jets shit. He was talking shit when he was with the Jets. Yeah, I'm a reigning MVP. Who cares, bro? Who cares? Did you win the Super Bowl that year? No. So you think Josh Allen would have traded back that MVP to win to make it to the Super Bowl to possibly win the Super Bowl? Come on now. This shit is a team game, man. So one player going down can change your whole trajectory. So that's why you don't sit up here and you don't puff your chest out after 3 weeks. You don't say, "Well, we the best team," and all. Like that's why I was telling motherfucker, like, man, hold on, man, like calm down, man. Yeah, we the best team in the league, and they're like, dude, I ain't saying all that. They got to go out there and play. You know what I mean? Like the best team in the league wins the Super Bowl, and we ain't talking about last year. This is a whole new year. This is a whole new year, and shit ain't the same no more. This shit ain't the same no more. This is a different league now. Players moved around, different coaches, different quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Look at Indianapolis. They 3-0. Are they the best team in the AFC? You can't say yeah. You can't say no. It's still a lot of football left. You can't say, this team, they frauds. They frauds. Because they lost to the motherfucking best defense in the fucking league, bro. Like, do you watch football, nigga? You don't know what a fraud is, motherfucker? You don't know what frauds are. You're making assumptions. You assuming. You don't know. This shit is week to week, bro. Like I said, you got 14 more games to go, and you won't know who a fraud is until they season ends, and you say, "Well, damn, they lost in a divisional. I guess divisional. Yeah, they were frauds. That's when you say a team is a fraud, not after week 3. Now, come on now, a team that's ahead in a division. Like, come on, bro. So that's where you know football. You watch football. Maybe some of you motherfuckers just watch football. Y'all, some of you motherfuckers don't know football because you don't judge things after week 3. Come on now. You don't say, "Oh well, man, damn, he MVP." Anything can happen, man. He could get hurt next week. He could get traded. His player, one of his players could get hurt. His coach might be calling some bullshit. Like all these things matter, man. Like everything matters, bro. Your coaching, your wide receivers, your running backs, your offensive line, your defensive line. Everything matters, bro. Everything matters. You think quarterbacks don't hike it to themselves. They don't throw it to themselves. They don't hand it off to themselves. Running backs don't do all like it's all bro. Listen, man. Come on now. Y'all better than that. But it's all a trickle effect, man. Like I said, the Packers could use more help. They could use it. They need it? No. No. I think this team can get hot, get healthy at the right time, and still be a Super Bowl team. Definitely. I could think that. But they gotta show a motherfucker. I can't say yeah, they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, hell no. I'm not gonna say all that. I'll put it out there. That's what we expect. That's why little Lou. That's why uh I was only thing I was critical about with the game was the coaching. That the coach that the same that coaching is rearing its ugly head again. Some of the things we got tired of looking at. Some of the things that we've seen the past 6 years. Uh, some of the things we've seen, reared its ugly head. We've seen that before. So our thing is that needs to get fixed. And if that get fixed, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit with this team. And like I said, I'm not throwing in no towel. I'm not gonna crown them this. I'm not gonna crown them that. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, they the best this and they the best that. Like they gotta prove that shit, G. That shit gotta get proved. Just can't sit up and be crowning no team after week 3. You'll be a damn fool. but that's what people do, man. Like they want to crown everybody. They just so assured of themselves, so assured of themselves, and that's when shit happens, man. That's when you get brought back down to earth. So like I said, that shit Sunday, like I said, it little things reared its ugly head. But if the Packers think that let's just buy, let's just because I think we have enough with that defense to do what we need to do. So that's the main thing. I'm like, okay, well you don't have to really get anybody. Would it help? Hell yeah, shit. There's been a lot of trades that's helped teams mid-season. You could look at shit like um like the Rams getting OBJ at the time they did. That helped. Why not add on players? But it's very You know, it's a fine line with that. You know, like this player got to really come in and make a difference. You know, right away. Can't be no motherfucker. So got to be a vet. Got to be somebody who fits the narrative, who fits, you know, the locker room, stuff like that. Can't be a distraction, shit like that. But I think once you come to Green Bay, you humble yourself. Certain franchises are like that. Certain franchises you kind of walk into and you fit the mold and you fit what they got going on. So like I said, could they use the help? Yeah. Do they need the help? No. Um definitely need to get fucking healthy though. Health matters in this league. And teams just can't think like, oh man, we just gonna get by. Like they don't work like that. Gotta always feel like you can have players. All right. Yep, you gotta always feel like you can add players, man. Add people to the mix, to the mode. Okay. Yep. So, you know, no reason to panic, no reason to do all that shit. But, you know, like I said, with any franchise, man, you can always you can add more talent. Don't ever deprive yourself of talent. And uh if the Packers look at what they got going on and they say, hey, we good, just gotta roll with it. You know what I mean? Maybe this ain't the year to do all that, you know. But next year is gonna be some soul searching. I can see a lot of players not making it, man. Not staying on the team if they don't get over the hump. They definitely have to get over the hump, bro. Makes no motherfucking sense. Can't keep just saying, okay, we're gonna get by. Can't keep doing that. Uh, 80, 84-14. All righty. So yeah, man, we're gonna be good, man. We're gonna be good. You know, we're gonna be good, man. We play tomorrow, man. I think it's a bullshit game tomorrow, ain't it? Yeah, man. But hell yeah, bro. Like a lot of teams in this league right now look beatable. A lot of teams, everybody looks beatable, man. Ain't no outlier. Like fucking the Eagles, man, was just like dominant. They were like a dominant looking team, bro. You know, like they were like damn near unbeatable last year. They look very beatable this year. Definitely. Rams look very good. I like though. I like them. I think they're gonna win in the West for real. Uh, you know, I think the Rams gonna definitely win the West. Detroit really got they shit together. Um, you know, beating Baltimore. It's kind of like I said. It's shocking that you sacks and the team still scores 30 points on you. That's pretty. Four teams, bro. It's not gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work. You know. So a lot of teams gonna be good, man, this year. A lot of parity, a lot of good football going on. A lot of football going on, man. It's gonna be a good year, man. Good year. Yeah, what y'all got going on, man? Other than listening to me ramble on and shit, I ain't really got other shit to talk about, man. You know, again, we go back to Dallas. To me, I feel like another trap game. Like this feel like another game, like where a team gonna like play their hardest against fight and not lay down for the Packers. Another team that's gonna a UFO sighting or some stupid shit. Goddamn. Oak Creek. Mm. Woo. Bumpy. Yeah, so I don't know if y'all got any questions, man. Anything y'all wanna ask? If not, any questions, anything y'all wanna talk about? Everybody a little silent right now. I think y'all be at work and shit, watching me and shit. Motherfuckers be at work. Y'all be at work and shit watching me, man. I appreciate it. But other than that, man, we might try to do something later on with Big Nate, man. Like I said, I'll try to just talk a little bit while I got the time to talk. Motherfucker be driving and shit, so what better time just to bring up conversation, man. On the run for I'm still trying to get this 1,000 subscribers, man. Hopefully by the year end. Um, I want to start trying to do some type of like giveaways and shit. Um, I'm in a place where there's a lot of merch from other teams and shit. I don't mind probably like sending out hats, little things like that, that I come across for people in their teams. Man, I want to start like doing weekly raffles. Uh, trying to engage with y'all more. Um, a month, but I'm definitely trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Man, it's been tough. Ain't been easy, you know. but I'm grinding for it, man. Yep. And hopefully I can make it a possibility by the end of the season, man. Yeah, and it's just tough, man. It's tough. Shit ain't easy. Shit definitely ain't easy. But we grinded though. We grinded. We staying persistent with this shit. Staying persistent, boy. Yeah. But I can't wait to play the fucking Cowboy. I hate this shit. Sunday night football though, man. God damn. But we do shine on Sunday night football, Monday night football, Thursday night football. Those prime time games. We always come out and you know mad and make us happy. Um, like I said, I just feel like the team needs to bounce back in a big way. Not just because it's the Cowboys. I don't give a fuck who it was. I don't give a fuck who it is on the field. You know, I don't care. I want some redemption. I want this team to start being holding themselves accountable. Stop thinking these motherfuckers just gonna lay down for them. And, offense, man, offense, man. Like I ain't got no problems with the defense, man. It's offense, bro. I don't know what the fuck, bro. You know, and like I said, don't be surprised, man. If Ed policy is like, you know what? Enough is enough with this shit. But I don't give a fuck who you bring in. It's Malafleur gonna do what he need to do. That ain't the problem. I don't think the problem is not having talent. It's just what you doing with the fucking talent. You becoming too predictable, and when shit ain't working, man, like you be calling some dumb ass shit, bro. Dumb as a motherfucker. So this is one of those weeks where you can get back on track, man. Get your mind right. I think next week is the bye, so you got time. We another week for people to heal up. But stop trying to rush people back, man. You throw them out there and shit. They throw it off. They throw shit off, man. And start putting players where years, bro. I want him gone. I want him out my motherfucking sight. I don't want to see him. His fucking moose hair, his that all that grease in his shit. I don't want to see his ass on that sideline anymore. He got 2 years. He got 2 years. Really, this year too. He got this definitely the year. Like he definitely this year. But I'm telling you, boy, he don't get it done this year, boy. I'm telling you, you'd have been here, motherfucking 8 years, bro, and you ain't even make it to a Super Bowl, and that's fucking ridiculous. You got one. You got 2 years, Malafleur. I'm telling you, bro. They gonna man policy gonna run your ass out of town, bro. I'm telling you. And guess who's gonna be our new coach? Jeff Halfley. I'm telling you. Watch. Watch what I tell you. So better figure this. Put shit valuable Jade Reed is. How valuable he is, though. He is not. I'm telling you, even after this year, bro, he's not going nowhere. We signing him for sure. Gay Watson, I think 1 year or some shit like that. But Jay Reed, bro, I'm telling you, he's gonna be a Packer for a long time. A long time. Watch what I tell you. So, like I said, man, Matt LaFleur, bro, you got. I'm telling you, boy, you better get it together. You better get it together, bud. You better get it together. So I definitely see Jeff Hafley being a new motherfucker new coach. And he gonna bring in, he connected too. He connected too. He friends with everybody. So he gonna know who the new hot young offensive coordinator is. Have him right up there in the booth, handling his business. He gonna run that defense. He gonna keep him a top 5 defense around. He gonna be like, I'm telling you, nah, I'm not making that type of comparison. I don't even want to make that type of comparison. I almost said some shit. I almost said some shit. I got to take back, probably. But we've all seen a great defensive coach with a good coordinator and a good quarterback win Super Bowls. So they better figure it out, G. I'm telling you. Policy gonna figure it out for him. That would be my move. I'm gonna go in there. I would have went in there Sunday. I'd have went in there. I told Matt, man, bring your ass to my office right now. He would have came in there. He'd have been all nervous and shit. Like, close my motherfucking door. I would have gotten his motherfucking face. I would say, motherfucker, you got 1 year and 14 motherfucking games to bring a Super Bowl back to this motherfucking organization. And if you don't do that, and if you don't bring it, the moment the second season, you better get one trophy within this 2 years. Because if you don't get no trophy this year and next year, you don't get no trophy, as soon as the season's over, pack your shit, get your moose, get your motherfucking hoodies, get your motherfucking hoodie vests, get all that shit. Get the fuck up out this organization. And I'm gonna tell Jeff Hafley, if this motherfucker right here, I would have brought, matter of fact, I would have brought all three of them in the office. And I would have said just like this. I would have scared the fuck out of his ass. I would have said, y'all two listen up. Goot too. I'd have brought that motherfucker in too. He deserved to be in there too. And then I'm gonna stand Hafley right here, and I'm gonna put them motherfuckers two together. I'm gonna tell Goot, I'm gonna tell LaFleur, and then I'm gonna tell Hafley. I'm gonna say, hey Goot, this motherfucker right here with the moose in his hair and the lineup and shit. This motherfucker right here. You listen to this, Hafley. This motherfucker right here. If this motherfucker don't bring us no motherfucking suit, he got 2 years. He got a year and he got 14 games and playoff games. If this motherfucker right here, he don't bring no Super Bowl trophy to this motherfucking case, he don't bring number 5, I'm gonna fire his ass, and you better get it together in next year's draft You better make a splash again. Your next year draft. 1990 motherfucking two. One. At least one. You better get your shit together. I'm telling you, I told man, fuck all that being nice shit. I would have told that motherfucker, I would have had that, I would have had his ass. That mother would have lived, eat, sleep, shit. That motherfucking room. He would have been he been there watching so much motherfucking film. His head would have spent. His ass would have went in coma watching so much motherfucking film. I would have had that motherfucker. Y'all ever seen Clockwork Orange? I have his motherfucking eyelids open up. He just be sitting there watching film. A stupid shit he called stupid ass jet sweeps and shit. And can't blow team. Every game he done lost. He didn't blow a team out. He could have won. He would have I'd have made him watch all of them motherfuckers back to back. His time, man. Here and whoop your ass like that. They far from frauds. Tell you that now. Far from that. And like I said, don't be surprised, man. If they flick that switch and they get hot. If this offense get hot, it's over with, bro. It's over with. Cause you're not just gonna go down the field on that motherfucking defense. Period. You not. And if you say you is, you a goddamn lie. You lying to your motherfucking self. Yep. So that's it, man. Like I ain't really got much more to say, man, about it. Could the Packers use more help? Yeah, they could. Wide receivers. Maybe it's some figure out something with these linemen. Uh, that's about it. I see right now. Oh, and motherfucker Biscotti. His ass. What's his name? Not Biscotti. And pick up my next one. Up to Wisconsin. That's about it, man. Okay. I hate the middle of the week. Swear. I love like tomorrow night. Like when I'm on my way back tomorrow night, man, because I know it's one more day. Friday. Might go try to do some fishing this weekend. Starting to get cool. I need to start, man. I need to start fishing. Get out here on the weekends. Motherfucker work so much, man. I only got time to do, fuck with my hobbies like that, trying to chill with the family. But that's one thing to bring the family together. Try to go out there with my dad and shit like that, man. My sister wedding next week and shit. Gotta get ready for that. And after that, man, I'm fishing. On Saturday, go fish. Give me some fish at the crib. Eat filet, fried, and that's about it, man. That's all. That's all I got to talk about, man. Other than that, I appreciate all y'all, man, coming through. Like I said, I appreciate. I want the haters to come through. I want the fans to come through. I don't care who you is, as long as you come through, man. Join me on these videos. And like I said, they spontaneous, bro. Ain't no structure to them. I'm just driving. This motherfucker is shaking. Earthquake. Sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy. Motherfucking roads and shit, man. Shit won't stop. Nah, I would. Yep. Other than that, man, I'm gonna get off of here, man. Might go back later. Come back later if I got something to talk about. If I think of anything. But kind of like burnt out for the week, man. Like just kind of waiting till get close to the Dallas game, make my predictions. Uh, that's about it, man. So appreciate y'all again, man. Thank you for all the new subscribers. If you ain't a subscriber, please do. Please turn the bells on so y'all know when I'm actually streaming. The notification bell, so you know when I go live, which could be any time of the day, any moment, any minute, anything breaking news and shit like that. Uh, and yeah. So appreciate y'all, man. I hope y'all had a good rest of y'all day. Stay out of trouble. Stay out the way. Be safe. I'm gonna make sure I do the same. And that's all I can. Peace.